Well, hello, all you American Horror Story fans. My name is EJ Marino, and welcome to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. We have 9 seasons to talk about, and I'm going to pick a character I love from each one. It's going to be so fun going back from Murder House all the way to the brand new 1984 and picking 9 characters I love. I'm going to have some controversial picks. I'm going to have some fan favorites, but this is going to be a wild time. I've never done a video where I picked out individual characters where I loved, so get ready to be angry at me, get ready to love my picks, get ready to see not as much Sarah Paulson as you may think. So join me as I talk about my favorite character from each season of American Horror Story. We are starting at Murder House, and my favorite character from Murder House is Constance Langdon. Controversial? Not so much, because, it's really the first Jessica Lange character we were introduced to. Now, I'm from a generation that only slightly knows Jessica Lange's work, like Cape Fear and Losing Isaiah, but I don't know her back from, the King Kong era. So this is the 70s King Kong. I'm not calling her that old. But yes, the 70s Kong. So I wasn't too familiar with her. But now, seeing her in this first season, I am so happy I've been introduced to the power of Jessica Lange. She is one of the best actresses, and this character was such a good introduction. She was that evil neighbor next door that we all loved, that we all hated, that we all loved the shade. I mean, she would go over there and read Vivian Harmon to filth. I mean, she would read all of them to hell, but it was just a really fun character. And then we would see her connections to Murder House, all the children that she had, her relationship with her daughter. It just, Addie's stuff is so crazy as well. That's such a good relationship as well. I mean, even her stuff with Evan Peters is Tate as well. There's a lot in here that I just genuinely enjoy from the Constance character. She has, again, some of the best lines. The stuff that she would do with Zachary Quinto's character, oh my goodness, I absolutely loved it, and I just thought it was a great start to our show. We had the Harmons, which were cool characters. I know a lot of people like Tate and Violet and all that, but I don't know. Something about Constance really brings me back to the season each and every time. Now, when we jump to Asylum, I have to say this season has one of my favorite characters of all time, even though I don't rank Asylum personally that high. When I did my seasons ranking, people were kind of shocked it wasn't as high as other ones, but there's the character, Sister Mary Eunice, that just lives on in my memories. Played by the fantastic Lily Rabe, this character had such an evolution from when we first saw her as the timid, little, meek nun to the powerful, Satan-filled badass she was later. It's just amazing to see Lily Rabe completely own it. She was introduced as an actress in the first season, but her character wasn't as amazing as we would later see her, especially with Misty Day later on. But here, Mary Eunice, I mean, there's that one scene where she is introducing the sign of a cross, film screening, and the way she talks about and then the Lions ate the Christians, and it was so fun.
And the death of Christians.
That whole moment was just amazing. You know, I do think that Lily Rabe is one of the most underrated actresses in the American Horror Story universe. There's so much to love from her as an actress, and she really showcases it here. Sister Mary Eunice's whole arc through the season, the way she was the seductress moments, to those timid moments, to even when we revisit that, I just absolutely love everything about this character. Even at the moments where I don't love the whole season, when it gets too wacky, she's still a constant. Now, I know everyone loves Lana Winters from the season, and I love the Lana character as well. I love what Sarah Paulson does in this season. It's some powerful acting, but when I go to my personal favorite character, it's Sister Mary Eunice. I mean, hell, even their one interaction together when she's like, oh, you're doing a pretty good Sister Jude impression, and Eunice is like, I will literally send you to hell. Do not mess with me. There was just so much good acting here. So I would say this is one of my favorite, cast in general. Even if I don't love the whole script of this season, I think this is filled with some of the best actors. And Lily Rabe as Mary Eunice, it just proves that. We now jump to Coven, and if you know me, you know my pick is Madison Montgomery. Oh my goodness. Emma Roberts is one of my favorite actresses in the American Horror Story universe. Yeah, she just plays slightly bitchy characters who have a rich, affluent vibe to them, but okay, I love that, and I think Madison Montgomery is the best example. Now, her character gets an arc later on, especially in the Apocalypse season, that I really love. But just here, this villainous, evil little badass, I love. I mean, there's so much in Coven. Coven's one of my hardest ones to pick one character from because Fiona Good, oh my god, like Cordelia. We also had like Marie Laveau. We had Delphine with Kathy Bates. There's so many good characters in this season. Hell, Queenie, Gabrielle Sidibe eats this season up. She is just such a fun vibe. But they all have interactions with Madison Montgomery that I absolutely love. I mean, the stuff with Patti LuPone and her son when she just lights them things on fire. Oh, it's just so much campy goodness. I don't think Emma Roberts' character has the best arc this season. I think her ending is pretty tragic because, yeah, I guess she was an evil, bitchy character, but just the way she died was just so violent and it was hard. It was one of the heavier moments of that season. So I just am really interested to see how you guys feel about Madison this season. Am I just biased because I love Emma Roberts, or is there something to this character that we all love? I mean, there was a reason we all freaked out at the surprise bitch.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
There was so much freaking out when she came back in Apocalypse. So I can't be the only one who loves her, but I do think my passion for the Emma Roberts craziness is a little weird, and I don't know, I just have to say, Madison is really one of the most fun characters. In a season that could be campy and very heavy, Madison finds that balance so perfectly. We now jump to Freak Show, which has my second villain on the list. You know who it is. It's Dandy Mott. Oh my, this character is quite the entry because he's, again, a controversial figure. Do I love, like, Elsa Mars? Do I love the other people on this season? Sure. Bet and Dot, I don't know. The little twins I have some issues with, but in general, I just think this season is a pretty hit or miss season, but Dandy is something we can all agree with. Finn is just a enigma. Like, he's like an energy. There's something just over the top and weird. He's an enigma. He's truly just eats up everything he does in this season, from his completely amazing aesthetic that we all recognize, to the privileged white whiny boy villain that we all kind of are like, ugh, to the stuff he did with Twisty later on, to his epic badass death. There is something to this character. He even has one of the most emotional, hard to watch season when he just goes through and picks off the freaks. It's a really tough season, but something about Dandy we love to hate. We hate to love him. There's just something really crazy about this character, and there's a reason he stands out to us. I could have picked Twisty as well, which is a character I think really only comes into his own when he gets a solo episode to explain himself, but that's why I went with Dandy, because Dandy had an overall arc that whole season that truly stands out to me. I want to know, is Dandy on your list for Freak Show as like your favorite? Because I know that's kind of controversial and maybe should have went with a more nice character, but it's American Horror Story. We have to go for the evil baddies. We have to go for these deliciously evil characters, and Dandy is all of that. I want to revisit Freak Show because of him, but the season is not my favorite, so I might have to do it just to relive the Dandy craziness. Oh my god, that bloodbath when we saw his little butt, one of my favorites. We are now at Hotel, which ranks as my personal favorite season, and oh, I'm doing something fun on this list. It is a tie. What? A tie? Bitch, it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. I am picking the Countess because it's Lady Gaga, and of course, and Liz Taylor, Dennis O'Hare's best character on this show. Liz Taylor, I'll start with Liz Taylor because, actually, let's start with Countess, because we all know my feelings. It's Lady Gaga. It's a camp masterclass, from the outfits to the aesthetic to the moments to the eyebrows, those thin ones. I saw them in A Star Is Born again. Oh yeah, just this Countess character is everything I wanted. I am a long-time Gaga fan, I think going on 11 or 12 years now, so seeing her in a leading role on a show changed my fandom. It like brought it over to the top. It's a fun, campy performance, and I have to give her a shout out. But truly, Liz Taylor is the best character in all of Hotel. The heart, the soul of this season. And no matter how campy and weird and bad some people think it may be, there's something about Liz Taylor we all agree on. She is just so beautiful and so heartfelt. The stuff she has with her man, and the moment, oh my god, when the Countess like slits his throat and we see Liz freaking the hell out. It just blew my mind. And then that really poetic ending as well. This is one of my all-time favorite characters in all of American Horror Story, not just in Hotel. Liz Taylor is everything. Like I said, the heart and soul of season Hotel. Like, I go back and I always think, wow, I want Liz Taylor to have a better time because it's so hard, but then she gets that awesome badass, like, shootout scene, so there's still moments that, like, even if it's sad, she's the camp thing, like, we always get that great gift, like, excuse her, she drinks, because Liz is speaking out on the insanity. She was the most honest voice in this season, and I absolutely love Liz. I love the Countess, but I think if I'm gonna have to tie them, Liz Taylor would be just a little bit more up. From my favorite season to one of my least favorite seasons, we are at Roanoke, and who am I picking? Cricket. I'm picking a, like, B, C tier character in this season. Why? Because I cannot stand a single character. Like, maybe Lee's character is pretty cool. Adina Porter did such a great job with her character. I really love Adina Porter in this season, but honestly, I always think of Cricket in this season. Like, have you ever heard of Gay for Pay? Just the moments, the disembowelment scene. This is one of my favorite Leslie Jordan performances in his entire career. That ugly ass little wig. There's just something about the Cricket character that really stands out. Yes, I wanted to put something crazy and weird on this list to do a supporting character, but you have to admit, this is one of the funniest characters American Horror Story has ever introduced. Cricket just made it. He was kind of a big catalyst for a lot of the action too. He ran into, like, the original Supreme, the Gaga character that season. So there was that big moment. He had that big moment with the Butcher, Kathy Bates' character. There's a lot to the Cricket role I really love. I even think he does the little a panel with Trixie at the end of the season as well. Maybe he's there. I just love this character so much. Is it, like, one of my favorites in all of American Horror Story? No, because Roanoke's not one of my favorites, but I had to give a special shout out to the icon legend Leslie Jordan. If you're not following his Instagram, you should be.
Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy!
We're at Cult, which isn't a favorite season of mine. Actually, it's my least favorite, I think. It's a controversial season, but I think we can all agree that Sarah Paulson as Allie was amazing. This is the first time Sarah Paulson has appeared on this list. Controversial, sure, whatever, I don't really care. I think Sarah Paulson is a fantastic actress, but personally, she's never been one of my favorites. I could have went with Hypodermic Sally in Hotel as well, but that season has too many good characters. But Allie, the way she started out as this scared of everything woman, to how she grew up to the badass, to a maybe cult leader of herself at the end, it's just amazing. Her arc is so good. When she poisoned her wife, to how she manipulated Evan Peters' Kai character, there's just so much to enjoy with Sarah Paulson this season. She's really what carries me through. I don't love Cult because it's too political, because it's a little bit more basic at times. The clown stuff's fun. I don't really like all the holes in that season. Oh no, I don't like that. But I do like what Allie has to offer here. I think it's one of the more interesting Sarah Paulson characters because there's a growth to her. I think I can compare her to Lana Winters, where she starts off so meek, and at times, well, I don't know. There's just something there where they're meek to the way they're built up as strong badasses. I like both of them, and I really think Allie stands out as one of the Sarah Paulson ones that I do think is a little underrated at times. We are almost at the end, and let's take a dip into Apocalypse, which has a lot of characters. We have, like, Madison Montgomery returning. We have, like, Cordelia. We have so much. Venable was really cool. There's just a lot in this season I like. But do you know who stands out to me? Billy Lord's Mallory. I think Mallory had one of the best arcs in the season. I think her confrontations with Michael Langdon's character was just powerful. There was a lot of energy there. I mean, I love Billy Lord. She's just like she's from the lineage of Demi Reynolds and Carrie Fisher. She's a badass already, but her acting this season was so fun. Her arc as a badass witch as well, I really loved it. I mean, she was an important part. If we look at Mallory's character in the American Horror Story universe, she's one of the most important because of what she does at the end with the Michael character. So I really love this character. I like this season a lot. Is it one of, again, my favorites? It's pretty top tier at times because it feels like the Avengers Endgame of the American Horror Story universe. But Mallory is truly like, hell, she's like the Tony Stark then. She's the heart and soul of it in so many ways. She really is, you know what, even she's the backbone of this season. Without her, there wouldn't be a through line through the murder house, the Coven, and the apocalypse vibes. She is the constant throughout. So I have to give a shout out to Mallory. I have to give a shout out to Billie Lourd. I want her to have another favorite character because I like her in 84 and I liked her in Cult, but this is the time that we got to see Billie Lourd shine. Now, 1984 is a season I love. It's a season that I'm okay on. There's a lot of feelings about 1984. It's like the most recent one because we don't know when we're getting Horror Story again. So I have to say I do enjoy this. But who do I love more? Rita/Donna Chambers. Oh my goodness. Like, oh my god. Angelica Ross this role is just a powerhouse. She's, again, one of those backbones of this season. She's in it the entire time, the time loops and all that. She looks great. She's just so stunning and badass. I thought she was a villain, and I thought she was a hero. She's kind of in the middle. There's just stuff, I mean, the stuff she does with Emma Roberts' character as well is so fun. There's a lot of characters I like in here. Mr. Jingles was a fun, fleshed out character. I like a lot in this season. Billie Lourd's really cool. Emma Roberts is even a pretty interesting character. But Donna, I'm going to stick with Donna as her name, not Rita. Donna Chambers is really a cool character that had a lot to offer. We got to see a trans woman as well play a non-trans role. She just existed as a human that was beautiful and gorgeous, and we all loved her. I think everyone who watches 1984 remembers her as one of the most badass, the standouts of that season. We all want her to return to AHS again because she was just so good. I know her from Pose as well, so I do have that bias, but oh my goodness, if you go back and watch 1984, go back and watch the Rita Donna story because it's truly the masterpiece of that whole season. I have just jumped around from each and every season of American Horror Story and talked about my favorite characters from each one. What do you guys think of my list? What do you guys think are your favorite characters from American Horror Story? Let me know down in the comments below. I want to keep the conversation going. Are my picks too crazy? Are you guys angry I picked Cricket? Is it crazy that there's only one Sarah Paulson character on here? Let me know all your feelings down below. Subscribe to my channel because I make videos like this every single week. I'm going to be keeping up with American Horror Story now that Drag Race is done. I can't wait to talk about this show again. Let me know what other American Horror Story videos like this you want to see. Alright guys, give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe, comment, do all of that jazz. I cannot wait to talk about your favorite AHS characters down below.